Are you looking to level up your author business?
Are you pounding your head against a wall, wondering what your next step should be? Then join me, Daniel Wilcox.
And me, Sasha Black, as we haul ass each week in a bid to level up.
Level up!
Come along for the ride as we delve deep into the business of writing,
Craft,
entrepreneurship,
and every level of the author journey. This is the Next Level Author Podcast.
Hello Achievers, and welcome to episode number 66 of the Next Level Authors Podcast, a podcast where we hold each other to account and track our step-by-step progress as we level up our author businesses. My name is Daniel Wilcox, and here with me every single week, apart from the ones where she's not, and apart from the ones where I'm not,
is Sasha Black.
That was a big gap between that. Did I catch you off guard?
Yeah. No, I was like, do you know what I was going to say? This is what happened. My brain is processing slow. Okay. And so in my brain, I was like, is a very broken, very tired Sasha Black. And then I was like, don't do that. That's really negative. Like, Just be positive. And all of that happened in that space. And then I was like, just say your fucking name. It's a really long gap now.
That's
and
not my
now
name.
Say my name.
But it is. I was reading through that intro, which isn't very long and not very exciting, but 66 episodes.
I know, boo. I know.
66.
We've done this 66 times, or between us, we've done it 66 times.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I didn't not expect to get this far, but I also didn't think about getting this far.
Isn't that double negative? Do you even know what
correct.
you're talking about?
Yes. No, like when we started, I never thought, oh, we're going to make it to like past 50 to 66 or, you know, wherever this goes. But at the same time, it was just not a thing that I thought about. And it just feels like quite an achievement.
I think it's an achievement too. Also, it's like that sexy alliteration, symmetry, I don't know, of like the same letter. So like 66, 77, 88. Yeah, but also 66 feels like a lot now because it's like we are no longer in our first year.
We started in April of 2020. We started in pandemic territory. And we're not quite on the other side, but we're almost there. So like we've done an entire pandemic podcasting. And also it's one of those things just thinking about it where, because we got on quite well anyway, like we chatted on text and stuff, but it was, you know, this is the time of the week where we speak face to face a lot, or was before we started sprinting and stuff. So this could have gone either way.
Done that in forever.
I know, but this could have gone either way. This could have been like, yeah, this is fun for 10 weeks. Oh no, the fire's gone, but I'm still enjoying it. I'm just putting it out there. Like we're doing 300.
Whoa, that is a lot. Yeah,
I love doing
it.
300 apparently.
I didn't say that. No, we have to keep going until we hit whatever level we want to hit. And I have big fucking lofty goals, sunshine. So this is going to go for a while.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And also, I do want to acknowledge for people watching on YouTube, because I'm very conscious about this. My eyes are really pink today, and I don't have pink eye, and I'm not high, and I'm wearing glasses because it actually makes them less pink, even though as I'm looking at them, they look freaking pink. So anyway, moving on. Well, how have you been this week, Sasha?
I have been good, I think. Wait, it's been a weird week.
Hey!
Well, it has, because so I had Monday, Tuesday in the office, and then Wednesday I was in London, and then yesterday I was a shattered, broken shell of a human, and now it's today. So like, just for explanatory reasons, I went to London to meet some friends in the writing world, and we had lunch. And there was 3 of us, and there were 2 bottles of champagne consumed over lunch. And had we stopped there, I probably wouldn't have been a broken, shattered human. But Sasha had alcohol in her, and she is a very bad influence when she's had just a little teeny sip of alcohol. And I don't drink like ever. So like I was let off my leash and I went wild. And so then we had 3 espresso martinis. Well, I had 3 espresso. I think everybody had 3 espresso martinis. And then that would have been a really good place to stop, like really good, except I continued with wine, and that was just the end of me. That was the end of me. It was the end. And so I spent 5 hours being sick.
I'm sitting here very quietly because I'm like, I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not. I'm just gonna let Sasha create this story.
I drunk dialed Dan. Like, it happened. It was a thing.
It might have been my favourite thing that's ever happened to me ever.
And yeah, so I had two. Oh, so when I finished being poorly at 3:00 in the morning, I then woke up for the day at 5:30 in the morning. So I did not have a lot of sleep, and so yesterday I was barely worth the skin that I am in. So yes, and now it's today. So I tell you what, going to London though, like, okay, yes, I like went a bit too wild, but it was so rejuvenating, like just to be with other humans in the industry and to
let go,
like, yeah, just let go, to talk about shit, to talk about publishing and creativity and the future and where we're going and where, you know, and where the
even
industry
in your downtime,
is going.
you're fucking working.
Yeah, what can I say? But it was just so good. And yeah, I feel like, even though it's going to take me another day before I feel completely human, because, you know, post 30 and that's what happens now, I still feel like I've had a lot of, you know, rejuvenation from it. So yeah,
you deserve it.
That is mostly my week. Yeah.
Nice. I went to go see a house this week, and it was the first time I've gone out to see my house. Like, so for context, like, people who have listened to the show probably know that, like, I moved back in with my parents in December to save to get a house deposit so I could move back, but get my own place and stop paying rent and, you know, just piss my money away. And things are just moving a lot quicker than I thought they were going to, because I didn't think I was in the position yet to look for a place. But then after speaking to some like brokers and lenders, I was like, okay, no, this is it. Like, I'm there. And so I have already, as I knew I would, underestimated what kind of weight that puts onto someone's mind, because it's not only just the extra thing of, you know, you've got agents calling and trying to like sort out viewings and everything else, but I'm also nearly 2 hours away from where I want to be. So anywhere that I want to look at, I have to try and arrange in a way in which I can see multiple properties at once and just try and get a feel for things. And I saw my first place on Tuesday last week, and luckily it was near one of my friends, so I ended up crashing at his, which was pretty cool. Got announced I'm going to be a groomsman at his wedding. That was exciting. He literally proposed to me, which was strange.
I love that. I love that.
But yeah, so I've got all that extra stuff, and then obviously just the typical normal amount of work that I'm trying to do. So it's been a weird week.
So I just want to say that I completely understand the pressure of looking for a house not where you are, because that's what we did as well. You know, it was over an hour away from where we are. And the other thing to add is that it also makes the move quite tricky. So we had to rent a van from up here, because obviously you want to deliver the van back to where you are. But so we had to drive up to get the van, to drive back down, to drive back up with the stuff. Like, it was a lot of driving, let alone the unpacking, the packing up the van and all of that stuff. So yeah, like the whole thing when you are moving further away, I think is just more pressure.
Yeah. I mean,
it is very exciting.
It is. And like the lucky thing is I don't have to rush a move, because I'm in a fortunate position where, you know, I've got somewhere while I look, so I don't have to, you know, be out by a certain point to get whatever I'm looking for. But I also have to try and remember that, because I'm so used to rented houses, that whatever I look at, like, that's a place I'm going to be for a while. So it's a bit of a weird mindset switch, but yeah. So it's been a busy week, but all moving in a positive direction. So I'm happy there. What's something that you've enjoyed this week?
The last drink before the drink that was too many drinks. Literally, I actually loved it. I loved it. I loved it. That's it. I loved it. I loved Wednesday. It was amazing fun. Oh, it was, I just loved it. Dad, I loved it so much. I loved seeing humans, and I normally hate humans.
And being somewhere else as well, like going, because it's not often you go to London.
On that, I was really unnerved by London, because I was terrified about going to London because, you know, London was a hotspot for a long time. There were like no people there. I took some photos of the streets and was like shocked that the middle of Piccadilly had about 3 people in it.
Wow.
Everything was dead. Which is nice in one way because there was no hustle and bustle and people bumping into me and all of that stuff, but also slightly terrifying because, you know, you expect London to
be heaving,
be full. It should be heaving. There are you know, it's like the commercial capital of the country, and therefore you want it to be busy because you don't want the shops to fail and things. So yeah, that was a bit of a concern. However, it has given me the confidence to travel a little bit further away from home. So I'm actually going to go back relatively soon. Probably the first week in August, I'm going to go back and go to some museums, I think, because
nice.
I just didn't have the time to go and do that. So I don't know whether I'm going to drag out
the cognitive capacity.
Yeah. Clearly I did not have that whenever I went. So yeah, I would love to think of something. Oh yes, there is one other thing that I'm really enjoying. I've started reading this, The Science of Storytelling by Will Storr, and it is deeply, deeply fascinating. I'm only about 40 odd pages in, but already my mind is blown in so many ways. So I think that may end up being the thing that I talk about next week once I've had a chance to process.
Nice.
And also because obviously I'm still got so many pages left to read. But sorry, one more thing.
What's one thing that you've enjoyed this week? Sorry, I've got two.
I know, but I won a book this week.
You won a book?
I won a book from Hachette. Yeah, so I haven't read it yet, but I won a book, Dark Blue Rising by Terry Terry, and
amazing.
So this is the first book in a trilogy. The second book is coming out, which is why they ran the giveaway. And I asked if she would like to come on my podcast, and her PR team have said yeah. Whether or not she does, I don't know, but I just thought that was quite cool. I just threw it out there. So
beautiful.
Yeah. So I love that I won a book too. Anyway, That's it. I'm done. I'll stop being selfish.
Okay. So my two things. So the first one is I've had a slew of new people into my writing group over the last couple of weeks, and they're all amazing people. So if I know some of them listen to this podcast, so you know who you are. But yeah, it's really nice kind of like seeing it grow and seeing how everyone's getting on, and just it's really nice. I don't know, like I didn't know it'd feel so rewarding, like facilitating just people getting stuff done and just giving people that spot to sit and just get it done, and then just have a bit of fun with other authors, because in the breaks people throw out just questions that you wouldn't expect, or they'll have like very, very specific things about their books, and you immediately just get answers from people. So it's just a nice environment for people to be working in.
That's why yeah.
Okay, so that's just breaking stuff. And then the second thing is that after I'm not joking, like months of hard work, myself and the Hawk and Cleaver guys let me try that again. Myself and the Hawk and Cleaver guys have put up the Other Stories first proper full best of anthology up for pre-order. So there's 100 copies available of a very, very limited edition signed hardback with all of these extra goodies. And the cover is insanely beautiful.
It really, really is.
Like
it
It may be one of my favorite covers I've ever seen. But for people that don't know, the Other Stories podcast is like a horror fiction podcast, and our logo is like a skull with tentacles coming out. So we got an artist called Piper who has done work for Josh Malerman and Max Brooks and Michael David Wilson, and he just illustrated this incredibly gorgeous front cover that's got this skull wearing headphones, because obviously it's a podcast, like stories from the podcast, and then all these tentacles, and it's just So that's currently now live for pre-order, and I think we've already moved about 10% of the overall copies, and we're doing a proper full cover reveal. Like the cover's on the website, but we're doing a big social media splash today. It's the second today. Wait, tomorrow we're doing it just to show off the cover, because it's effing beautiful. So yeah, I'm very excited about that.
It is. I've seen it, and
I'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah, it is. I have never seen a cover like it, and I think you should have all your covers done by them now.
I'm going to replace that with the cover, like behind me, that poster is going to be the cover.
Oh yeah, good one. Yeah.
I just need it everywhere. Weekly confessional. Sasha will continue launch tasks and report back how many she's done, continue editing audiobook and report back on progress, and continue with her morning sessions.
Okay, so I did do all of those, although not many of some, because obviously I sort of lost 2 of my 5 working days. So I did do my morning sessions. I think I've done 2, so a lot less than normal, but obviously didn't do any yesterday, and I didn't do any the day before because I was busy getting ready for London. So yeah, and then continue editing the audiobook. So yes, I have got left, I can tell you, I think I have like maybe 3 chapters left. So I've got 1, 2, 3 and a quarter chapters left to edit. So I've actually I edited almost all of it this week. Nice. So yeah, I've only got 3 and a quarter chapters left to edit. Of course, I still have to, like, there are some errors. So I will be re-recording the errors, and it may be when I then proof it that I will find other things as well. But I'm hoping that the bulk of the errors will be done. So I did anticipate getting it finished this week, but that hasn't happened. It will, however, be done next week. So that I'm almost there. So by that, I mean, I will also re-record all those errors and then proof it and get it off to Carl for mastering. I hope anyway. Nice. Now I've said that, it sounds like a lot. But anyway, also given that I'm launching. And then on the launch tasks, this is the one that suffered the most, I would say, because I dedicated most of my time to getting the audiobook done. But I've got emails part drafted. I launched my author month challenge. So I created like a grid with 24 days worth of prompts, and then people will... Yeah, I was actually really surprised at how many people joined in. So that was lovely. And I tried really hard to like comment on everybody and put, share them or whatever. So yeah, that's been really fun. What other launch stuff? Oh, I've also been working on like doing ARC reader error things. And there's been a few. So I think something that I need to take away from this experience is that I need to go away and really try and learn or teach myself about commas, because lots of people have lots of different opinions on comma usage, including editors. And it's making me really anxious because I don't have enough knowledge to know what is opinion and what is factually incorrect. So I don't know how I'm going to teach myself about commas, seeing as it has been a lifelong problem for me. But I do feel like it's something I need to go away and look at, because essentially I've had a number of comments about opinions on commas inside characters. And so I was looking at getting a whole nother proof done, but there isn't really enough time for that. And because I've already formatted and I've already had paperback proofs, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to make the changes that I've got, and then, hopefully it's just opinion.
Yeah, commas can be like a real bitch. Like in the anthologies I've worked on, because you obviously get stories from lots of different authors from different parts of the world. When you go through and format them, I try and just bring all the stories into as close of a house style as possible without affecting the story itself. And sometimes that is a case of adding commas, sometimes it's a case of taking them out. But some of the authors can get quite precious about specific uses of how their commas worked. But like you say, it can be different editorial preferences. Like it's slightly different in the UK than it is in the US. Like it's a nightmare.
Yeah. So, but I don't like not being in control. And that's the problem for me, is I feel like I have no control over this because I don't know what I don't know. So before my next nonfiction book goes out, that is something that I need to have studied, and then I'm going to create my own in-house style. So like, for example, I hate the Oxford comma, but most of the editors that I know like the Oxford comma, and so I've just let it slip and I've let people put the Oxford comma in. I fucking hate it. I just think it's excessive.
Take back the Oxford comma.
Yeah. So like, no, but it's like, so that one I do know. I do know about the Oxford comma. And so I want to remove that from, but I'm not going to go back and do that in all of my books. So anyway, like I just need, like you say, so I have like a formatting house of style and like branding guide and stuff. Also, I feel like Oxford commas are like the standard expectation, and I'm a rule breaker, therefore I won't use
it. Well, why don't you just write in hieroglyphics then, Sasha?
Exactly. Fuck it, I will. No. So yeah, that has been anxiety inducing, I would say, for me, because I'm not really used to that. And also trying to find last minute, like I'm just hoping that it's good enough is what I'm saying. So yeah, I have done some other launch things. I just can't think what my brain is not. I'm trying to look at all of the bits of Post-it note that I've got around here, but yeah, that is the one that suffered the most, and so I will be focusing on that next week, given that I'm only a couple of weeks away.
Mine were to do 10,000 words of When Winter Comes in edits, which I have done. I think I did 12,000 this week, and 6,000 of those was in one morning, which was nice.
Wow.
And continue keeping up with ghostwritten work, which I'm still on track to complete in the time that I want to, which is nice for a change. And do the morning writing sessions, which I have been doing. I've been getting up like an hour earlier than usual, and then just grabbing a coffee and coming to the computer and getting my work done ahead of anything else, which has been nice, because it's kind of taken me back to when I first was writing and had to do it. And it's just like, yeah, I can go into the whole thing, but I won't, because we've got a lot to get through with the Level Up Challenge soon.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to our brand new patron, Harry Brooks. Thank you for getting involved in the NLA Patreon community. You'll get access to these episodes before anyone else. You'll get access to the live Q&As with everyone else. And yeah, if anyone's interested in getting involved, you can go over to patreon.com/Next Level Authors. Just a couple of notices. So as always, Self-Publishing Blueprint is on sale and it's doing very well, and I keep seeing it out in the wild. So thank you to everyone who's bought a copy and is reading it. Please do remember to leave a review, because reviews mean everything to authors. And I've also got a note here about an 8 Steps to Side Characters book. Do you want to tell people a little bit about that if they don't know?
Is that a thing? Oh, yeah. So we've done villains, we've done heroes, and now we're doing side characters. Side characters will help you level up your supporting characters. It will explain the different types of side characters in a framework that you have not seen before. Usually people talk about archetypes. I do that, but I also do something else, which is far more helpful for you in structuring your story and your side characters. I give advice on how to create the illusion of depth, how to kill off your side characters and have meaning and purpose, how to use theme with your side characters. So it is jam-packed full, and I'm actually about to write an email to my mailing list describing every single thing that I put in the book. Kind of like a mini contents page for them. So yeah, I will have a more definitive list of everything that's going in it, which I'll probably share, let's be honest, because it's a jam-packed book. It is very comprehensive. And so, yeah.
When's it out?
29th of July, so 27 days. And not that I'm counting. Also, if you pre-order, you can get a sneak peek, which nobody else is getting. So I have a form that I will put into the show notes. And if you submit proof of your pre-order, then you will get access to the first 25 pages of the book, just for being awesome. Oh, and you'll also get entered into a giveaway where you can win a copy of the Self-Publishing Blueprint, a copy of a signed copy of Side Characters, and a couple of other books as well.
Beautiful.
And some other bits and bobs.
Link in the show notes. Level Ups this week, we're going to go to Lynn Reed, who I had an amazing conversation with her this week. And she says, oh my God, I leveled up. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't really know it until Dan pointed it out. What did I do? I sent my short story out to beta readers. Why is that a level up? Because it's the first time I've used beta readers, and I told that inner Stillwell Angel voice to shut the fuck up about it. Although I have to admit, I was a little sad that I didn't get that amazing swirl of sparkly yellow with a nice cymbal sound effect like my Toon does in World of Warcraft. But I played the sound effect for myself a couple of times, and now I feel better. And I think one of the things we pointed out there was like, sometimes it feels small, but it's huge. Like that first moment that you take your story and, you know, it's been your story and you give it to someone else. That's like such a huge moment to let go of and go, it's slightly out of my control now. And I'm going to allow myself critical feedback from other people. So well done, Lynn. And now, this is really exciting bit. The Level Up Challenge for Q2 of 2021. So we put a challenge up in April in the Facebook group, and people had to commit to what they wanted to achieve in 3 months. And loads of you got involved. Loads of you pledged the things you were going to do. And if people didn't complete their thing by the midnight of June 30th, then you were subject to the Cinnamon Challenge. And I do want to say, like, although I don't like it when people don't quite hit their targets, thank you, Cassie Newell and Scott Kavanagh, for sharing your cinnamon challenges. We are both apparently poo heads, according to a group of children.
Oh, that was literally, in fact, I think those videos were also one of my favorite things from the week. That was definitely something that I enjoyed watching. What good sports they were.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, if anybody else failed, we are expecting a Cinnamon Challenge video.
Yeah. And just in good faith,
we get them, if we get, you know, like 5 or 6 of them, then we'll collate the videos and do like a little reel.
Yes, and just in good faith is the wrong word, but sportsmanship, I guess. I'm going to do the Cinnamon Challenge.
Are you?
I think I'm going to do it later today. Just go into the garden and do it, because like I say, although I haven't failed my challenge, like I feel like one of us should, and I'm gonna do it just to show union with the people that have failed. So please, if
you can try and convince me to do that.
I'm not going to ask you to. Like you've had a week already.
Not today. Yeah, I've had enough of a week this week.
But our challenges, because we obviously got involved as well. Sasha will complete her audiobook.
Yeah, so I think the wording of that's like the thing that I needed to do was the recording. Yeah, because that was a bit that I was putting off. It was never the other bits of it. And I have to say, I'm so deeply grateful to the community and to you and to me, I suppose, and this whole thing of creating this challenge, because I probably wouldn't have done it again. It would have gone another quarter. And it really forced me. And like, I won't lie, I definitely left it a bit late, and I was scrambling, and I was really, really worried at one point that I was going to have to do the Cinnamon Challenge. But this is what accountability does. It forces you to step up, stop bitching and whining, and go and do the thing that you need to do. Because I tell you, I did not want to do the Cinnamon Challenge. Well, at least I didn't want to do it willingly. There's a difference of like between having to do it and choosing to do it. So yeah, I am really grateful, and I got it recorded, and I was then surprised at how easy it was to record and how much fun I had recording it. Actually, I'm finding that the editing takes longer than the recording. But I don't mind the editing so much, actually. It's just a bit grueling and boring. But that's fine. So I have committed to continuing. So I've decided I can have 3 projects on the go at once. And so I'm swapping out audio for Trey. And then as soon as I've done Trey, I'm going back to audio. So prose, I hope, will be done by the end of the year. That will be Q4's challenge, I suppose. Yeah, because we're in 3 now. Yeah, so Q4's challenge will be doing another audiobook, although not the whole of it, because it's massive. Massive.
Mine were to sort out my website migration and catch up on 3 of my major projects. I think so. The website migration's all completely done. I've caught up on 3 major projects. So it was self-publishing blueprint. I did the Other Stories anthology stuff, the Omens Call anthology stuff. I've caught up on, I'm catching up on where I wanted to be When Winter Comes. So just did a lot. But yeah, for all the people that did comment and say about your level ups, we're not going to be able to read them all out on air because this episode's already like half an hour long. But do go over and just show some support for all the people that have done it. And if people didn't quite do it, just share your commiserations. It's all in good fun. And yeah, like you say, accountability is just about holding you to account and making you do the thing. And it's just been really nice to seeing, even though some people fell slightly short, they still did a lot. I think it helps you reassess what you're capable of as well.
Yes, exactly. And that needs celebrating as well, because even if it forced you to take steps towards your goal, that is a fucking achievement. Yes. And that is fantastic. Are we not, so shall we open the next quarterly challenge in the next episode?
Yes, let's do that.
Because I haven't had time to think about what I want to do this quarter.
Me neither.
Okay, cool.
And we did promise to give people some prizes. So the prizes were a 30-minute call with myself and Sasha, a 30-minute consultancy call with Sasha, a 30-minute coaching call with myself, and a hardback copy of my self-publishing blueprint. And I've just realized I've put the wrong thing in there. I've got to remember who that was. Gotcha. So the winners of the different prizes. So Maggie Minane is going to have a 30-minute call with myself and Sasha. Tracy Lovelot, sorry, my autocorrect has made that lovely. Tracy Lovely is going to have a 30-minute consultancy. Let me try that again. Consultancy call with Sasha. Luke Condor is going to have a 30-minute coaching call with myself, which will be fun because, I class him as one of my mentors. So that'll be interesting. And then a hardback copy of my self-publishing blueprint will be going to Victoria L.K. Williams. And we will tag you in Facebook so that you can see that as well. Awesome. We'll get to the question soon. Do you remember when you were like, the first episode, I just remember you being like, right, come on, move on. This is meant to be short. Come on, let's go.
But I haven't seen you in like a week and I miss
being self-indulgent live on air.
Yeah. So I'm just taking this time and
if you weren't off gallivanting with your friends. Last week's comments were episode number 65. How have you changed and how have you stayed the same? And I really like this comment. So Meg Jolly says, this is one of my favorite ever episodes, saving it for future inspiration. Money follows production. Boom. Mind blown. Dan's Jesus, that's some Freudian slip. Dan's comments on internal versus external locus of control really made that hit home. I'm sitting with this one. This one is important. That's a next level thought right there. And she does go on to say some more, but I'm going to go through a few more comments as well. Carrie says, this is hard. What stayed the same is, I think, a bit easier to answer. I'm the same socially awkward introvert I've always been. My love of writing has stayed the same. I started it as a hobby in middle school. And if I go too long not writing, I am massively over-anxious bitch. What's changed? My confidence or the ability to fake confidence? I guest on YouTube writing sprints with a few friends on top of hosting my own when I can. I used to get so nervous about being on camera and still am sometimes, but I'm getting better. Edwin says, my biggest change may be in mindset. As I grow in personal confidence, I continue to learn how to shut out the voices that don't speak to where I am at this moment and concentrate on being in the now of my writing journey. Love that. This isn't to say I'm not battling the voices that prey on a fear of missing out, which can distract me into doing nothing of value. And Al says, I've realized that I do want to make writing my full-time gig. Before self-publishing, I was content with getting the occasional story into an anthology. Now I'm trying to restructure my life so I can eventually do this full-time. What has stayed the same is my love of admin and planning, which is good because both of those things are required in heaps for this writer stuff.
Yep, they really are.
I am very jealous that you enjoy that
Me
stuff.
too.
Boom. Okay, we're here.
Uh-oh.
We're at the mountain. You ready to go?
No.
This week's question. I thought it was appropriate because this week we've had the Level Up Challenge finishing. We're recording this on the 2nd of July, so we're just tipped over into the second half of this year. And we've not done one of these for a while. So my question to you is, what 3 things, I'm going to be fucking strict here, Sasha. What 3 things will you accomplish by the end of 2021? It could be project, it can be goal, it could be task, it could be anything. But what 3 things will you have done?
All right. So my new mantra is create more. So that is overarching everything. And so I'm going to be really crafty with how I answer this. I'm going to create more audio, more books, and more products. And now I'm going to go into the details of each.
That counts.
Okay, fine.
I thought you were going to go well off base, and then I was going to employ the fact that I can mute you on my side.
No. Okay, so more audio. I will definitely have published at least 1 audiobook, because I'm almost there anyway. So that's probably going to be coming in August. I hope I've published a second one. That is my hope. But also, I'm also aware that I need to take some real time off. So we'll see. So more audio. So not more, but starting with audio and hopefully more audio. More books. So obviously I'm launching Side Characters. Trey and Sirens will be launched by the end of the year. And hopefully I will have written more. So once Trey and Sirens are launched, I will be working on The Scent of Death, and I'm also working on a mini nonfiction book. So hopefully, I can't tell you, will they be done? I don't know. Scent should be skinny drafted by the end of the year for sure. And I am aiming to launch this mini nonfiction project in January, which kind of means I have to have it done by October at the latest. I think I worked out it was October, September, October. And it's trundling along. So it may well, and these morning sessions are actually really helping, just like the consistency of doing that, even though it's only an hour, those hours add up.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment it's kind of slow going because I'm still doing a lot of the reading and the processing for it. So I'm only adding, like 500 words here, 500 words there. But overall, like I know as soon as I've finished that point, it will just start vomiting out. So actually I feel like, given it's going to be a small book, I feel like I still feel like I might hit that.
I hope it's a small book.
So do I.
For your sake.
Yeah, so basically, that's the more books, and then the more products. So I am determined to, create masterclasses and courses, and I've got something that I'm planning with Jeff Elkins towards the end of the year, which has completely changed from what we were originally going to do. But anyway, now we're doing this, which we're not talking about yet, except me saying that. But anyway, so there are things that I'm just trying to create more. And so those are the three arenas. Like if you're forcing me to pick three arenas, it's audio, it's books, and it's products. And the products by that.
This isn't that's not how this works.
Well, you are. Anyway, so it was consensual forcing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the products are the everything else. Yeah. So that feels like I don't know that I told you three things I will definitely have done, but I kind of feel like I have. I don't know.
I feel like they were dripped among them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
How about you, bro?
I had the benefit of forethought, which I actually used this week, because often I don't. I have the question and then it never.
Then you have to answer it. Yeah.
Yeah. I am doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes at the minute to start building a community. So we've had this talk on this show about like building a brand behind an idea. And so I have my idea and it's fleshing out and it's going to be wonderful. But at the minute, because I just want to make sure that this one is right, like that it launches right, because I know what it is I believe in. I know what it is I want to achieve. So I'm just making sure that what I tended to do before was just not rush, but I'd have the idea and I'd be like, jump and do this and now start this and start this. And then the wheels would start turning. And I suddenly realized I've got like way too much work to do and there's all this stuff and I have to like peel it all back. So I'm just being very, very meticulous about making sure that I can sustain it. It's beneficial for the people that are going to be involved and it's, it does what it needs to. So building the community is all I'm going to call it for now. I'm going to release when winter comes. I'm looking at the minute launching in September. Yeah, September, which means that I have to do a lot of work on it over the next month, basically, to make that happen. So I'm aiming for September. I don't know that I'm going to hit it because I'm also trying not to put too much pressure on myself to burn myself out a lot. But that will be out at the end of this year. And I don't know if I've said it on this podcast, but that's going to be my first solo novel. Like I've written 47 books. This is going to be my first solo novel. Like it's
nuts.
Yeah, bizarre. Like I don't know how I've come this far. Like I've written novellas, I've written like anthologies and short stories and things. But yeah, my first solo novel, and I'm just ready for it to be on my shelf now. And I'm also going to have first drafted my productivity book. At least.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
That is a game changer. Oh, yeah. Now shit just got exciting.
Screw you, the rest of it was just boring. But yeah.
Well, this is the challenge. This is the little twinkle in the eye. I mean, no, I mean the first one is also interesting, but I can't be excited about that because I can't talk about it. And
yeah.
So like that's that's going to happen. This is the one that I'm excited for. I think it will. Oh, there was something that I had to share with you on that, but I can't remember what it is.
Useful.
It was in a drunken haze. I will extract it.
We'll find that again. Yeah. But so that's been like, I don't really feel too salty about it, because normally, like, people know that I tend to write fast, so I'll have an idea and I'll go for it. But the productivity book came to me in, I want to say October, or around October last year. And I started writing it. I got like 10,000 words into it, and then I put it aside. And then I started it again beginning of this year, wrote 10,000 words, and then put it aside. I think it's just really like trying to find that angle that is me and what I want to say. And the more I work on stuff, the more it's getting to the point where, like, I know what it is I want to say. I just want to make sure it's an informed book, because I do want to make it as useful and applicable and comprehensive as I can, because I feel like I've learned a lot, and I really want to make sure that those lessons come across and can really tangibly help people. So it's coming.
What the biggest lesson I have learned about productivity is that when you are aligned with your goal, you produce, what's the word? I don't know. It's all around this whole money follows production thing, but like, it just was a seismic shift, and I haven't really changed anything except I'm producing a lot more. So there is definitely something around that alignment between having the right goal, not just having a goal, having the right goal.
Yeah.
And then you automatically produce. And it's just, I'm still trying to wrangle what it is that's happened.
Chapter 1, my friends, chapter 1.
Yeah.
And I have put, this is a thing that I will have done, but it's not really, I mean, it connects with things, but it's just a bonus extra that I put in, that I will have started that coaching mentorship program that I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
My 6-month thing starts in November.
And I deeply suspect you will have moved house.
I freaking hope so. Yeah, I told myself a year max, so I want to live to that. So yeah, there we go. So how are we leveling up our business this week?
Oh shit. I
want to just get like 66 montage of shit. Fuck. Oh yeah.
Weird week. #
Weird week.
Okay. Well, I think probably very similar to whatever I had last week, except I'm not going to have to write everything down. So I'm going to be working on launch stuff. I'm going to be working on the audiobook. I really hope I'm close to completion on the audiobook, but it just depends how the week falls, because, somebody got COVID in my son's school. And so now he's home again all week. So don't really know how much I'm going to get done, which is why I'm not going to quantify it this week. So I will do my morning writing sessions, or do as many of them as I can. I will work on the audiobook, and I will work on launch stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will. So I've started transferring my books from one dashboard to another, so that they all are easier to track. I obviously can't say that I'll complete that, because it totally depends on KDP, but I do want to make a significant move towards them being republished on the right dashboards. I will do another 10,000 of When Winter Comes. I will keep on track with ghostwriting, and I'd like to sketch. I want to sketch the plan for the thing. I'm leaving it at that. Ooh, cool. So mysterious. What could it be? I don't know. Shut up. You'll find out. And the question we're asking to you guys is, what 3 things will you accomplish by the end of 2021? And like we say, that could be big or small. What are the 3 things you want done by the end of this year? And after that very lengthy episode, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hungry for more?
If you enjoyed this podcast, you can hear more of my angelic accent and Dan's dulcet tones on our other podcasts.
For more of me, check out the Great Writer Share podcast.
For more of me, listen to the Rebel Author podcast. We'll be back next week holding each other to account as Dan
and Sasha
become
Next Level
authors.
Getting these like weird droopy eyelid things.
That's also age.
No!
They're called hooded lids, darling. I have them too.
Hooded lids.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, look how fucking tired I look.
You look.
This is a world away.
Like a fucking queen. Of the trash pile.
Oh.